Hey, what's good with it, Black Goose TV family? Double salute as always, man. If y'all come up in here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscription button. It's free. Click that joint as quick as you can. Why are you watching this and you're not subscribed to the channel? It helps me out a lot, so please show some love. Also, while you're subscribing, like the video, notification gang, and most importantly, comment on this joint because I definitely want to hear what y'all got to say. This whole entire channel wasn't built on my opinion. It was built on y'all. So make sure y'all keep dropping it below so I can hear exactly what your perspective is and where y'all coming from. Now, with all that being said, we got some news that I want to get into, and it's not necessarily news, okay? This is actually more so a question that I want to put out there to the Black Goose TV family. I actually posted a very similar question that I'm about to put out there right now. I posted it on the community board. So just in case y'all don't see this, or if y'all do see this and you don't watch it all the way through, go check out the community board because I got that same question there. I want to hear what you guys got to say. But let's go ahead and get into it. So as you already see, you see this article that I have over here. This article right here actually isn't crazy, right? When I first saw this article, when I saw the title, I was like, yo, this is crazy to even put this out here in the atmosphere. But what's interesting is the reason why I didn't think this was a crazy article, because I've been hearing, listening, seeing all types of different personalities, where it comes to the media, where it comes to boxers, etc., say some very interesting, intriguing things when it comes to Triple G and his career. And one of the main ideas, ideologies, perspectives, whatever the word is for it, that they're putting out there when it comes to Triple G, that I've seen even on the mainstream side of the game, is that Triple G, when he does decide to walk away from the boxing game, we will look back at his career, at his resume, and what he did, and we will see it as, oh, wow, he was overrated. Oh, wow, he wasn't that good. Oh, wow, he didn't fight anybody. Oh, wow, he didn't fight the best of the best during the time when he should have. Oh, wow, was he ducking? Why didn't he fight this guy? Why didn't he fight that guy? Oh, yeah, he defended the title belt on numerous occasions, Hall of Fame numbers when it comes to how many times he defended the belt, but who he defended against? I don't know that guy. He didn't fight this guy. He didn't do it. So I've been hearing, reading, seeing, listening, all type of shit when it comes to supporting that particular narrative, basically saying that even though Triple G was one of the most dominant middleweights during his time, he may not be Hall of Fame worthy, or he may not be legendary status because his resume just doesn't stack up to it. In other words, he does not have enough notable names during his time to say and justify, Triple G, you are that guy, right? And then to add to it, you have some people even going as far as saying the fact that he lost to Canelo twice only further damages his career. And if he does not get the win against Canelo, it would simply wipe away everything that he's done in the past and will potentially make him a bum. You know what I'm saying? That's not word for word, but that's basically what people are saying. They're basically saying all the shit he did before, it don't matter. The nigga lose to Canelo for a third time, that's wiping everything out, while others are saying he needs this win versus Canelo because it's going to be one of the only notable wins he has. Other people are saying like, hey, yo, even if he does lose to Canelo, it really won't make a difference. He is a legend. Other people are saying even if he beats Canelo, he still don't have enough notable wins on his career because, you're going to look back at it and you're going to see him winning one fight out of the trilogy, but he lost the other two. So there's a lot of crazy speculation, a lot of theories, different type of shit coming when it comes to Gennadiy Golovkin and his career, because we know we're coming towards the end of it. We're coming towards the tail end. He's coming up on, the biggest fight of his career other than the first two Canelo fights. And a lot of people are putting, the basis of how we will summarize and look at his career in the future, specifically on this Canelo trilogy. And if he doesn't lose, if he loses, then he's kind of like done. It's kind of like, yo, like, you did all these great things, but the fact that you lost Canelo 3 times, ain't nobody finna look back at you as a legend, as some of Triple G fans feel. A lot of Triple G fans feel, peers feel that Triple G's a legend. Like, I'm not a Triple G fan, but I feel like he's a legend. My guy Zen's a Triple G fan. I'm pretty sure if I talked to him, he would say he's a Hall of Famer. But there's a good amount of majority of people who don't feel that way, unfortunately. But that's why I'm actually, doing this video. That's why I posted in the community board, because I want to know what you guys, Black Goose TV family, what do you guys think about this particular question? Do you think Triple G needs a Canelo win in order for him to be looked at as an all-time great, a legend, a Hall of Famer? Or do you think, this would be kind of just like another what is it, man? Just like another notch on his belt. You know what I'm saying? Like he has the Batman utility belt. He has all these different gadgets and shit. And just adding Canelo to it just adds another way and another gadget for him to be dicey, and be able to move how he likes. You feel me? So that's the question at hand. I want to know what you guys think about it. You think a lot of these people is disrespecting Triple G. You know what I'm saying? They live in the moment. And they forget how great he was. Or do you think they justify it by calling out his resume and saying, "Hey, yo, you lost to the biggest name on your motherfucking resume twice, and if you do it a third time, you definitely don't deserve to be remembered as an all-time great and legend." You know what I'm saying? But that's just what I've been hearing from my side and what I've been seeing. Let's go into this article, because apparently this article has been hearing some things themselves, or maybe they just thought about this themselves. So I'm very interested to see how they propose this question, to see what they say. We're not going to get into the nitty-gritty of this because I'm not very interested on their opinion. I just want to see why, or maybe see if there's a way I can find out why they're feeling the way they feel, because I personally think it's ludicrous to even question Triple G's legacy, question his career. I don't give a fuck if he got knocked out in his third fight. It don't make a difference. Triple G will forever go down as a goddamn legend in my book. But I want to understand why people are questioning and saying that may not be the case for them. And maybe this particular article from boxingnews24.com written by Billy G will give me an idea. So Triple G is one of the most fearsome punchers in recent memory, boasting multiple highlight reel knockouts. A stellar amateur career was capped with a gold medal at the World Championships in 2003 and 2004. Shortly after these successes, Triple G began his professional career largely under the radar in Europe. He picked up the WBA world title in 2011, but it wasn't until 2012 when Triple G first fought as a professional in the U.S. against Proska. He won inside 5 rounds to defend his title. In September 2016, Triple G stepped into the ring with Alvarez. By this point, had built a reputation as one of the biggest draws in boxing. A victory against Canelo would be the biggest win of Triple G's career. After 12 hard-fought rounds, the majority of the fans and commenters had Triple G as the winner of a close fight. Unfortunately for Triple G and his fans, the fight was announced as a draw, and the win against a big name eluded Triple G for a little while longer. Now, I like this in the beginning right here when I want to talk about that I actually skipped over that I think didn't matter, but it's going to provide some context to the paragraph I just read. Triple G was served a diet of former champions and top contenders, but appeared to be avoided by other champions for many years. Julio Chavez Jr., Sergio Martinez, and Miguel Cotto were all notable middleweight champions that didn't unify their titles with Triple G. So let's be real. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Triple G would have knocked out cold. Sergio Martinez, Triple G would have knocked out cold, and Miguel Cotto would have been a hell of a fight, but he would have beat Miguel Cotto. So let's be real. And all that is speculation. Obviously, some things can happen, but Triple G beats all 3 of them. He would easily be undisputed. Meanwhile, Triple G racked up over 20 world title defenses without defeating a household name. So, a comfortable second round victory against Vanez Matrusian set up highly demanded rematch with Canelo. Another chance for that victory. Yet another back and forth 12-round battle followed. Fans experts were split before the scorecards were announced. This time, Canelo was announced as a winner by a mixed decision. Many felt Triple G had been harshly treated again. In the years that followed, the Ggg picked up the IBF and WBO middleweight ties to strengthen his credibility as a middleweight great. On September 17th, up at super middleweight, Triple G has a third opportunity to defeat Canelo. Despite many feeling Triple G should have at least one win over Canelo, the record books will always state he has 1 draw and 1 loss against the legendary Mexican, to be remembered amongst the other all-time great middleweights like Marvin Hagler, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones Jr., Sugar Ray Robinson, and Carlos Monzon. Does Triple G need Canelo Alvarez on his record with a W against him? In my opinion, Triple G needs a defining victory to cap a fantastic career, as he hasn't beaten another fighter who was an all-time great discussion. I don't agree with that. Even though, and that was the end basically to his article. Actually, I enjoyed reading this article. This is one of the few you'll see on Boxing News 24 when it's not based around a statement or something, factual, where they're pretty unbiased. They're pretty, fair ground. So salute to you. Let me see his name again. Billy G. Great article. You did a really good job writing this. I really like how fair you were. Unbiased. You really presented both sides. You said you felt like Triple G needs to beat Canelo, and I understand, because when you do talk about Marvin Hagler's, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones, etc., like these guys who were in that super middleweight division and they moved up, etc., they have notable wins on it. But at the same time, you have to understand Triple G's timing. So, would you have considered Sergio Martinez a notable win? Would you have considered Julio Cesar Chavez as a notable win? No. In the long run, even if he would have fought both of those fighters and beat them, and he's fighting Canelo today, everyone would still say he needs a notable win, because we've seen Cesar Chavez Jr. is definitely not a notable win. Sergio Martinez, you're a beast, dog, but he wouldn't be considered on the likes of some of the guys that like Bernard Hopkins beat in his time. So you wouldn't consider that. The only person you would possibly consider it to be a notable win out of the 3 names, goddamn, I'm blanking on who we were just talking about. Hold on, let me roll back down. My bad, y'all. God damn, I'm blinking on that joint. Oh, and Miguel Cotto. So Miguel Cotto would be the only notable win on Triple G's record if you were to fight Miguel Cotto. And then remember, guys, during the time, everyone thought Miguel Cotto was just an overblown middleweight. Everyone thought naturally he was a welterweight. So even though it would have been on Triple G's record, in the long run, we probably would have looked at it and been like, well, Triple G was too big for Miguel Cotto. We would have downplayed it. Let's be 100. So me personally, hey, sometimes you're in the era that you're in. You feel me? Look at the Klitschko brothers. They're looked at as the greats. They're looked at as greats. They're looked at as Hall of Famers, but they never had any notable wins. They was in an era where the heavyweight division was kind of but they reigned for a long time. So I don't think that should be put against Triple G, especially if you want to try and make the trilogy of the Canelo fight his entire legacy. Because everyone knows that Triple G won the first fight. It should be 1-1. That's why there's a trilogy happening, because it really is 1-1. Fuck that draw. It's 1-1. You don't have trilogies in boxing if it's not 1-1. You don't have a draw in another fight. We're going to do a trilogy. We all know who won the first fight. So let's not act like Triple G doesn't have a notable win over Canelo. He does. Oh, Darren, you're dealing in semantics. You're dealing in what ifs, blah, blah, blah. You're not dealing in reality. Fine. Even if he doesn't have that, it's a draw. Even if he gets knocked out by Canelo in the first round in the third fight, Triple G is a certified legend and he's a certified Hall of Famer. And anyone trying to take away from him is absolute haters. And that's my opinion. And if you disagree with it, man, make sure you drop it below in the comments, because I'm very curious to hear why you disagree. You feel me? So as always, man, you know what it is, man. Your boy Fluence, boxing in the building. Hit the subscribe button. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video. You already know what it is, man. As always, on the Orange Sports and Nigga Shot Game, I'll be back. But with more boxing, man. Stay blessed, not stressed, man.